Welcome back to a very basic space program. Last time, I can't remember what we did last time. I think it was something to do with Mars. I can't remember, if I'm entirely honest. That's terrible. This episode, we have a maneuver around Jupiter, but the big one is going to be, I think in this episode, we're launching Dog 1. Yeah, that's our, if you don't remember, that's our crewed, our multi-crewed mission. So, yeah, that name's not going to work, is it? Please join me. So I'm just having a look at the tech at the moment. I've rearranged some of the tech as we get the sun coming up because I've got it on speedy, fasty, fast. I've rearranged some of the tech. So we've got mature capsules. That will give us the second part of our orbital craft, so we can actually test that one, hopefully. So that's the second part of that. That's going to take about 60 days. Then I've rearranged to put all this orbital rocketry in as well. And then we've got just the stuff that we had previously. The main reason being, if we look in here, if I zoom out, I don't know if YouTube sort of compression will work with this, but you can see we're sort of up here. We're up here for the sort of structural things, you know, the capsules and things. We're about to get mature capsules. Down here, we're along here with communications, with science, even with power. We're up to lunar power. But our engines are stuck all the way back here. Well, apart from our stage combustion, which we have moved forward with. Yes, it's not doing too badly. But actually, our sort of general engines, not our stage combustion engines, the ones we're going to use on orbit, things like that at the moment, are all the way back in they're actually prototypes, 1962. We have the ability to get 1968 and stuff like that up here, and but we haven't actually done the research. So I'm pushing on with that. We're going to take this full line here, primarily because it then gives us access to things like the Asteris and the AJ10, which the AJ10 or 137, which I think would be quite a nice engine to have. I think that could be potentially useful for our lunar hopes and dreams, I think, because at the moment we don't really have an engine to do that for us. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go to Jupiter and deal with that first, and then we can hopefully look about launching some crew. So here we are with Discovery 12 around Jupiter. It's got a little maneuver it needs to do. How much fuel? We've got 333 meters per second. We've got this 50 something meter per second burn that we're going to try and do. And I believe that is to put us, it's to put us on a path past Europa, which is going to be nice if we can do that. Now, did we choose a mission to do a flyby of Europa? That's the question. So let's have a look. What does that do to our thing when we've finished? We do that. We have an encounter. We come in, we have an encounter, and then do we slow? That's our orbit. We're going to come in, and it's going to slow us down. Okay. So we may want to think of doing something when we're next to Europa. That'd be quite cool. Right. Let's have a look. What are we doing? We've got signal. We have electric charge. We've got a vessel completed. That is the Pathfinder. Yes, it is. Right. Let's see. I would like to turn on the avionics. I'd really like to turn on the avionics. Actually, can I do that? Is that an option? Is that something we can do? Activate the old avionics. There we go. We are near burn time. So let's have a look. Now, this can be interesting. So 56 meters per second. How long is it going to take? Not long. That is not a long burn, in fact. What are the engines like on this? I can never remember this craft, actually. So we have the single 1.1 kilonewton thruster with all of this stuff going around the outside. I remember this craft now, yeah. So this was was this the second generation of Discovery craft? I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. This was our second generation of Discovery craft. And and then we basically modified from there, and we haven't actually done anything else with them since. So this could probably be uprated a little bit. All right. Now, question: do we do this burn early? Do I do it with RCS? No, we don't do it early because that would just be silly. There we go. And that's interesting. That is it's having a lot of trouble actually maintaining itself, isn't it? Right. I'm going to do it 10 seconds early. There we go. The engine's on. We've got the old RCS firing to keep us stable, but it's not particularly good. This craft is all over the place. I wonder some of the tanks are a little clippy. I mean, not massively clippy, not cheaty clippy in my mind, but I do wonder whether that is actually going to play into it. Put it on the node. All right, how close are we to what we need to be? Turn that off. Turn that onto there. Yep, let's do that. And then a bit of that. Right, that should be perfect. Oh, look at that. That's hitting it. That's there we go. That's close enough. How close? That's 800 kilometers. Oh, I'm tempted to go closer. Turn that off. Turn that on. Oh, yeah, beautiful. That's good. So we actually turned off control, and yeah, that's interesting. Okay, right. So that's not how to do it normally. You don't turn off your control systems and things and do stuff. Right. Let's have a look. So we should be en route. We should be en route. And you know what? Even if we glitch past that, I'm going to give myself it because I think it's only fair. So let's have a look. What are we set to? Let's have a look. Discovery. What have we actually got you set up as? First of all, that's disabled, is it? Well, have we got much on board? We have a lot of data on board. That's interesting. Right. So what we're going to do is power low, turn that off. Turn those all off. There we go. And then power high, turn that on. Turn the avionics off. There we go. Right, are we now doing anything? What's happening now? Power high, power low devices, so enabled. Right. Is it now going to start transmitting? We have a lot of data actually, don't we? Wow. Right, let's set ourselves a maneuver up. Let's get that going. Not a maneuver, an alarm. We're going to add. Oh, the alarm is taking a while. That's interesting. Sphere of influence. Give me 20 minutes warning. In fact, don't give me 30 minutes warning. We'll add that. So when's that? Oh. Which of those is which? Let's do it again. Right, oh, that's an auto-generating one because we've got it set to auto-generate them, haven't I? Right, okay. So that's okay. We'll leave that as is. 323 days. That just shows you how big the Jupiter system is, isn't it? That's just massive. So we're going to come in here. We're going to hit this. We're not going to hit it. We're going to go past it. We're going to come out the other side, and we're going to be a little shorter, a little distance. How many have we lost there? We've lost like almost a third of our apoaps. If we could actually just get a nice little. I wonder how much have I got? 250. So what does 250 give me? What does 250 give me? Does it give me an encounter with anything else? Is the question I'm now asking myself. It doesn't do much, does it? It does. It brings that down considerably. It gives me another encounter there. Let's bring that to 0. I don't need that at the moment. Right. What are we on plane with? Well, to be fair, we're coming in past a few things. We could go past Io potentially. Let's set that as target. When can we go past Io? Are we ever going to have an Io intercept? Let's put it there. Okay. Oh, we've frozen up. We've got things. Everything's gone wrong. I can now no longer move in and out. That's interesting. That is. What if I go there? Okay, right. That's gone interesting as well. Can I? Ah, there we are. We've done it now. I don't know what happened there. That was interesting. All right, we're going to put that there. We're going to. Let's see. We're going to go past there. So let's put a maneuver here. Right. We're focusing on Io now. Get rid of the alarm clock, sea monsters. Right. Is there ever going to be an encounter? What's our inclination difference? Wow, we're going. Oh yeah, we're going the wrong way, but that's fine. That's okay. Yeah, we're never having an encounter there. Right. Is there anything else that we fly past that's close? To be fair, we could pop a little burn there. Put ourselves on Io's inclination. That's the thought, isn't it? How much would it cost to put us on Io's inclination? Or the anti of it? Too much. Ooh. Now that's interesting. That puts us near it. Pull that back down. I mean, back like that way. Let's have a little play around with this, maybe. Yeah, you know what? Let's add that maneuver. Let's just have a little play for a second. Do we get anything interesting? Like if we were to do that. Oh. Now that is a bit tasty. That is potentially good. Close to approach. Let's pull that down. We get an IO. Is it? Yes. We get an IO fly past. Now that is interesting. And that's for 85. That gives us more stuff and things to do. And that's not brilliant, but it's close. It's not a terrible encounter. So can we ping IO? I think we could. Right, what's that going to do to our orbit though? Is it going to push us out? It's going to push us out. So I want to be on the other side of IO. So we want to come in and we're going to be on the other side. So let's do a little bit this way. Like that. And then maybe a bit up like that. Okay. Right, what does that do for me? What does that do for me? Oh, that brings us down even more. So we do a burn there. Oh, and then what's that? Is that a second approach afterwards? So we get a close approach there. So we're going to be basically doubling up at this point. That's nice. Okay. What's it do for our inclination though? Can we use IO to fix our inclination? No, we can't. It's not going to fix it. Okay. I like that. I like that burn. So that's all the way out here. So that's going to be in it's like 2 years. In 2 years, we have a burn out there. It's going to bring us down. However, that's going to make that a lot less time as well in the future. So we're going to be much more interesting, much more potential interactions. It's going to use 900, 80, 85, whatever. So say 90. Fiddling about. That still gives us 160 meters per second to play with. That's nice. I like that. Right. Comment down below. Is that the right thing to do? We've got a Europa encounter in a year. So let's go and have a look and see what we've got to do. And we've also got some craft to launch. All right. We have a Europa mission, which is to fly past Europa. Closer than that, it gives us 5 years to do it. I'm going to take it. I think that's all we need to do. Just get science from Europa, transmit it. That's cool. Yep. No matter what happens, as long as we get within that range, I'm going to give myself that one. I know the science sometimes is a bit play-uppy. IO, again, is a 5-year one. Within 7, I think we do that easily. So that's another $1 million basically in the bank. So we can do that when it comes up. I'm not going to take it just yet because we haven't done the burn yet, and let's not guarantee it's going to happen. Jupiter Orbital Science Probe would be an interesting one to do, but you don't get much for it. So, one thing I did notice, and yes, that's right, we're in the dark. I think there's an eclipse going on. I'm not entirely sure what's going on right now. We'll move forward in a minute, but I just noticed our alarm clock says that we've got the Saturn sphere of influence change and the Jupiter sphere of influence change. So that's the Europa mission. Within what? Within 24 hours of each other. How did that even happen? What is the probability of that? That's absolutely unbelievable. Right. I'm going to get this Dog 1 ready. We're going to get it on the launch pad, and I think that's what we're going to do for the rest of the mission. We have Dog 1 on the launch pad. I've actually renamed it Dog 1A because we have Dog 1B, and I've just put Dog 1C there. So those are duplicates of it. Basically, because we potentially have some missions we can do with these, and we can start building them pretty much in the right way. I mean, we can we do mature capsules? Yeah, mature capsules are done, so we could build our next one, but if this works, we can just get it knocked out a bit and do some missions with it. we do have an upgrade point. I'm going to put that in the VAB, R&D, because our VAB doesn't really matter. We're not in a hurry for that. Right. Oh, we do have some more science, but we'll leave that for now. I think we're ready to launch this thing. Who are we going to choose? Where are we going to go with it? Now, before we do that, missions. Thanks, Jane. Right. We haven't looked at crewed missions for ages. Now, we do have the option of an orbital flight with one crew. It's going to give us about 100,000. Yeah, it's wonderful. Or we could do this one. And this is the one that's interesting me. So we have to have periapsis above that. That's not a problem. Apoapsis between those ranges, and then drop or increase up to those ranges afterwards. Then bring it back. That's not a bad idea, actually. I quite like that. It'll let us test the craft. Have 2 crew on board. I don't know if it'll allow you to have 3. I am tempted to put 2 on. I think we might only put 2 crew on this one to see what happens. I can't remember what the science missions we've got set, the science things we've got set up on there are, but it does give us a bit of safety in case we need something else. So I think we're going to go with 2 crew just on this, even though it's got capacity for 3. And we're going to keep it up there for 5-6 days. I don't believe that's going to be a record for us. I think that our, was it space station? Actually, we'll better test tell on this, won't we? Where's the missions? 3 in space gets you that, okay. Altitude is not important. 30 days, so we're on for the 30-day one, which this won't be able to do. Unless I put 1 crew on it. I think 1 crew on their own could do this. It's got about 17 days worth of supplies on board. So 1 crew could beat that, but we're not going to do that. That's just cruel, isn't it? Right. I'm going to get this thing to launch pad, and I will see you there. Right, so here we are on the launch pad, and I have gone against everything I decided. What is going on here? There's some interesting head situations there. So what I've actually done is I've put in our newbies, the crew that we hired a couple of episodes, I think. So we've got Renata Mayer. I was originally going to put all the Mayers in, but it's 2 pilots and I think an engineer. If I put in our newbies in, we get a pilot, we get an engineer, we get a scientist. I can't remember what the actual science experiments are on there. I know some of them require an engineer or a scientist, so I thought we'd play it safe because, you know, not brilliant. Right, let's have a look. We are on the launch pad. We're ready, I think. We're not trying to get into any particular orbit, so we just need to get into an orbit. So I think it's about time we did that thing where you need to cover your ears because this is going to get loud. Oh, that's loud. There we go. And off we go. We are go, 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 go. That's not as bad as I thought it was, actually. I think that's calmed down a bit from the past. Maybe I've changed the sound settings on this. I don't know, but that's probably what I've done. Right, we're going to do a manual launch on this. Our aim, because we have that mission, if you were clever, you will have seen I missed clicking on it before we went, so I've now gone back and clicked on it before we actually launched the craft properly. We're going to start turning over. There we go. We've got to get up to, let's see, over 300 with our apoapsis. That's not a problem, just to keep that in mind. Near 400 would be a little better for us, I think, but not a massive issue. Alright, we're just going to keep turning this thing over and try and get ourselves a bit of velocity, get a bit of sideways motion going on. You can see we're on the red alarm clock thing. I probably need to reset the computer and clean out some rubbish that's been going on at the moment with Kerbal, because it does tend to build up a little bit of the rubbish stuff and it slows it down. So there we go, we're going to start turning over, get it down to 60. Now I want to go further than that, let's go to 55. Alright, again, we're not trying to get into the plane of the moon or anything like that. We are just trying to test this craft out, see if it works, see if these Kerbals survive, see if they survive re-entry. Now that's the important bit, because I have never used this capsule before. No one's used it before, in fact. It's a completely fictitious capsule. They designed it, they never flew it. So it will be interesting to see what it's like. We may lose the entire crew, which is another reason why I have not decided to put our star... Oh, hello, that's a bit vicious. I've decided not to put our star people on board, as it were, because let's put it at 15, I think, because I would be concerned that we may lose all of our best crew. Not saying that you lot aren't the best. I mean, you're good. You're very good. We're very happy with you. Right, get rid of that. Fire those engines. Off we go. Of course, if we were Russian, we would have, or Soviet, we would have... Oh, hold on. Probably a good idea to put the RCS on these ones, because I always forget not to. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. We've got an engine out, haven't we? That one. That one, shut down. There we go. Has that counted it? No, we've got to... Oh, we've taken the wrong ones off. Uh-oh. All right, we're... Okay, this is a fail. There's a fail mission. I don't actually know. What are we looking at for, when does that need to be completed? We have 170 days. That's tight. Vessels. We're going to have to move Dog 2 up, are we? Yeah, let's put Dog 2 there. That takes it to within the range, does it? We may have to, yeah, you know what? We may have to actually rush build a bit. Oh, that's painful. Because they need to be up for 3 days, don't they? Right. Let's see. What do we want to do? We want to, first of all, get rid of that fairing. We're going to put that on there. We're going to try and get this thing somewhere near orbital height, or at least some sort of... No, nothing. Good. Right, I need you to be getting me on target. We'll at least get this thing up a bit. Hello? There we are. Right, okay. So that's fine. What we're trying to do is actually just... I don't want this thing going straight back down. That's my major concern. I don't mind problems, but my major concern there was, and that's why we let it go up as high as we did. I don't want this thing... I don't want it coming straight back down. I want it to have a bit of sideways velocity. So we'll just pop that under 0. We don't even need to get out of the atmosphere, in actual fact. I just want to get a bit of sideways velocity on it. Although actually we could do a little bit of a test. Let's do a little bit of a test. Let's put it up. Let's put it out of the atmosphere, because we can at least do something with it, can't we? Now, what we had there was we had an engine out on stage 2. And then I shut down the wrong engine. I should have come over here and I should have done something. Can you do it with that? Yeah, you can. So I should have actually identified the paired engine and shut it down. I didn't. I tried to grab one when it was spinning on the screen, and that's actually my fault. I don't think we would have made it to orbit, although saying that these stages do have quite a lot of delta V in them. Potentially, we could be close on this, thinking about it. Although apart from the fact that we've got no thrust upwards, that's fine, right? Okay. Tell you what we'll do. We're now going down, so we're gonna do that. I think if we'd have actually probably fired this earlier and I'd thought about it, we probably could have got this into orbit. It would have been a close one, but possibly, because this whole craft is so overbuilt because we just didn't redesign the launcher. Potentially we could have taken the middle stage out actually, and this would still be a viable launch option. And I hadn't thought about that. That would give the first stage a bit more of a boost, but we've got the launcher anyway. The middle stage doesn't add a huge amount of cost on it, because this thing is particularly expensive, let's be entirely honest. What I could do is, if we're going to get into space... Oh, we are going up now. So we can actually get the crew report on, we can get telemetry on. Is there any other science on board? Oh, it's this thing. I want this thing on, so we want to have that on, that on, that on, and that on. The experiment's already running. Okay, thank you very much. Wonderful. Can I transfer data to here? Is this an option? Don't know. Right, we would like to get into space. So what is we can transfer data here. Can I transfer data? Where's the transfer data on this one? Transfer data here. Oh, you can. Okay, that's cool. Wonderful. So we can actually do that experiment and transfer into there. That's cool. All right. Okay, we're now definitely going to get out of the atmosphere. Oh, that's good. And I suppose it's a little bit of more of a test for us, isn't it? It's yeah, let's do that. So this is it's a little bit more of a test. I still wonder actually how close we're going to be. I mean, we could potentially be quite close to actually getting into orbit. Like, looking at this, what's our thrust to weight? Thrust to weight's 2 now. We do have fuel on these. Now, if this can make it into orbit, that would be quite hilarious. I don't think it can. I don't think we have the power to do it, but we're going to at least get close. We are in the space now. Right, so these are running. So you don't actually need the crew in there for it to run. That's cool. So we've got star occlusion. Okay, that normally takes 2 days. Minimum crew, 2. Okay. We've got power tool evaluation. What does that require? That requires a minimum crew of 2. Astronaut complex minimum level 2. We've got that, so that's running. And then we've got this in-flight sleep analysis, which you'd imagine you'd have to sleep for, but it just says you've got to do it for 6 days. And again, so we don't need any specific pilots on this craft. Okay, so that's cool. So we can put anybody up. That is good. How long have we got left on this engine? We've got another 1,000 meters per second. It's going to be close, actually. I did not think it was going to be that close. I mean, we're not getting... Hello, how are we doing? Get rid of those. We're not getting... Now, there is a mission we could get. Where is it? Where are you? While in space, a stable orbit. Crew, orbit or escape trajectory. Okay. Do that. Okay. Oh, that was close. That was close. Turn the RCS on. Uh-oh. Shut that down. So what are they? Those are the TD things. Okay. They don't have gimbal, do they? I thought they did. Or are they out? Which of you is out? You. So I need to shut down you. Okay. You shut down the engine. Right. Now, have I not got... Where's my RCS gone? Where's my RCS? Are you enabled? Are you on? Show activation toggle. You are enabled. So why are you not firing? Why are you no fire? What's going on here? Jettison that fairing. Jettison that fairing. Give me a little bit of timey-wimey warp. Okay. Why is this craft not... Why is it not doing that? Let's have a go. Let's see if its engines... So these are supposed to have gimbal, I believe. So I would like them to do some gimbaling. Can you do some gimbaling? Is that possible? It is not doing anything, is it? So I think that's a lie about those having gimbal. Which again becomes a problem. Now somebody did... there's a comment somewhere, I've got to dig it out, where Jimmy Magooch pointed out which engines and so forth have gimbal. I will try, and I might even think of installing them. What I was going to do is that going to work? No, it's not. So we're going to cut that. Thank you very much. Right, we are coming back. So let's have a look. Let's do something. There we go. We've decoupled that. Now, I probably need to get rid of that. There we go. Oh, now that's RCS fires. So that's got its own RCS. So surface negative. Give me surface negative. What are we looking at for stuff and things? What do I need for you? Your MMH and NTO. So the question now is, why do we know? Did we not have? Oh, I forgot to transfer the data in. Oh well. Now there's the parachute. I don't know if I reconfigured that. Thinking about it, I've assumed that parachute is configured already, and I've just realised it might not have been configured already. It might have just been readied. It might just... Oh dear. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah. Did I configure it? I don't think I did. Right. Anyway, let's see what this re-entry is like. Do we have lifting body re-entry stuff? Let's have a look. Descent mode on. Okay. We want the roll to be 0. Good stuff. Right, so let's have a look. We're going to watch this now come down. Let's speed it up a bit. Hello? Oh, the avionics shut out. Now we're in the atmosphere. Okay, good stuff. Right, so we should be okay. We've got a decent amount of fuel. We've got life support's good. Ablator looks okay. We can speed this up just a smidgen and see what happens on re-entry. This is quite a cool looking re-entry craft, isn't it? I am tempted. I don't really like that. I like the updated top section. I don't like the one with the point on it. I don't know why. I just don't like it. It just looks silly. I suppose it was never designed to have dock or anything like this. I wonder if you could just put a docking port on there. I suppose you could. You could just stick a docking port on there, send this up, and then have the science done somewhere else, somehow else, something else. I don't know. It's quite an interesting thought actually. I hadn't even thought about that. If you're going to the moon, Mars, we're not going that far. If you're going to the moon, you don't need that top section, do you? That's the mission module. You just need this bit. Does the mission module have supplies in it for food? I have to check. I know that this bit down here, the service module would, but I don't think the mission module did. Now, here's a good idea. Let's actually have a look at what are they looking like. I want to look at environment. Does it tell me their predicted time until they go crazy? All right, here we are. So they've got 1 day of water. Okay, electric charge 1 hour, not a problem. Food 14, oxygen not enough. So there's not enough oxygen there. I suppose we get that from the converter that would be down here. So we could lose the mission module to lessen the thing. Right, let's put this here because I want to play it with this. To that turn pitch and yaw off. Right, we're going to let it so it should let it pitch now. And it should so it's now pitching. If I turn that off, it does that. Okay. This is getting red. I don't like it. It's getting red. Right, so we're doing that. If I do that, it's going to do that. It's going to hold us at that point in the atmosphere. I quite like that. I want to hold us in this point in the atmosphere. That's good. You notice I'm keeping the roll at 0. And then I can turn this off whenever I want. So that's going to do that. What's that going to do? What's it going to do? Is it going to start slowing us down? I want to hold up at this. So what I'm trying to do by doing this, I'm trying to slow our descent through the atmosphere. Yeah, so our apoapsis isn't dropping massively quickly. That's good. See that? It's slowing down a little bit, isn't it? Almost as though it's going to stop any minute. And then if we start to go up, I'll just pop it back out. What I need up is actually the ablator, and I'd really love to know how. Oh, right, we're going up that, so I need to turn that off. There we go. Do that. Let it pop down again. Let it start to do that, and then we're going to do that again. There we go. Good. And we're just going to take some of the energy out of it. Isn't that nice? Isn't that lovely? So yeah, I don't normally do lifting body re-entries like this unless I'm doing it with planes. If you go back in the British series, I did it for quite a long time with one of the planes there. Oh, that took a long time. Yeah, space planes are a nightmare for things like that. We're down below 3,000, so we were actually almost at orbital velocity. And so this is a return from low Earth orbit. I could turn the RC off now. Now, the interesting is that trying to roll? No. See, I've not got pitch and yaw set up, so it's only countering the roll, surely. That is interesting. So I can now do that. There we go. Bit of that sorted. Plenty of that left, actually. That's not too bad. I would maybe want to disable that in the future. I don't know. Can you actually, have we got where's the RCS little toggles? Can you only do it for roll? Because that would be show activation toggles. Where are they? Oh, here we are. So roll is on. I don't want pitch and yaw. There we go. That's better. That's much better, isn't it? Oh, that's a good little bit of stuff there we've done. So now we can turn that off. There we go. And it's just going to fall down, is it? We've decided we're going to down. What happens if I turn it on? That's weird. That's very interesting. Interesting. I wish I could figure out where this is. What's the info? Drag coefficient 1. Pre-deployment diameter 4 meters, 40 meters. Oh, it must have been done. Its altitude, it's going to be 3,000. Yeah, somebody else has set this. This is not me because these numbers are weird. And deployment altitude is that. Okay, that's cool. Close that. So about 3,000, so about 3 kilometers up, we're going to pop it. That can go off now, I think. Turn descent mode on, turn it off. I don't know what's going on. There is definitely an offset though. You see this? It's an interesting one. It's sort of got it's wobbling about. I suppose it's wobbling about that point now. It's not massively. It doesn't feel massively stable, if I'm honest. It might be because I've got it in time warp. I suppose it's not so bad when it's not on time warp. But yeah, not brilliant. So not entirely a success, not entirely a failure. A few things to learn. Oh, we've got parachute deployment. How exciting. Hello. How are you? We have a few things to think about. Number one, RCS did not work. That's a concern. Was expecting that to be available to us. It was not. So we need to check that out. What else do we have? That's a very big parachute, isn't it? It's quite interesting. So we've got the RCS situation. What else? The gimbal on those engines, we chose them because they were supposed to have gimbal. I don't think they do, so that's pretty much ruined that. And I'm pretty sure we used them on something else, which is going to be a problem. I have a horrible feeling we used them on the Mars landing vehicle. And if that doesn't have gimbal, that's going to be a problem. But we'll see. We'll live and learn. We will live and learn. If we don't manage to do the Mars mission, we're going to get fined for it. So, you know, the flybys past Europa and Io will probably cover that cost somewhere. It's always good to have a bit of cash in the bank and missions that you can just pull out. So yeah, let's bring this down. And at least these lot have been to space, so they should get, and they might not get one full star though. They've been to space. They didn't see it for long. But yeah, I think this bit of the capsule, this bit I'm very proud of. I'm very happy with. I do wonder whether we could cram in a bit more food and oxygen, and we didn't need the mission module. That would be quite nice. So we've got, you know, enough food. We just don't have the oxygen and so forth for it. But then I suppose we'd have the fuel cells. So that would be that. And then it's water. So yeah, actually, let's have a look. So what are we looking at? We're looking at water 1 day, food is okay, and oxygen, of course, is perpetual now because we're in the atmosphere. But water, we're only being a day. That's a problem. So I wonder whether we redesign it, get rid of the mission module being automatically there, maybe put a docking port on the top, and then the mission module can be docked to it. In effect, I mean, it adds a bit of mass to it, but it does mean we've got a craft that we're competent with, and we're happy to have, and we can strip out the stuff from the mission modules if need be. Because I don't feel the need for us to have that. Okay. What do we think? Comment down below. Do I need the mission module apart from when I'm doing science on orbit? We're only going to do sort of 3-man missions and things like that on orbit with the science requirement. I don't believe there's orbital science requirements around the moon. I'm not sure, but I don't think there is just yet. Right, let's get this thing into the water. All the way down. We need to check what's also in the mission module and things like that. We're coming down, and beautiful, wonderful. There we go. Bobbling a lot. Hello. There we are. Do you want to calm down a bit? That's good. Right, and we're going to recover that. We're going to have a normal recovery. We are back down, and we have recovered almost no science because, of course, we forgot to transfer it across. But to be fair, we were only up there for minutes. We wouldn't have got much anyway. So our crew are having a little break for the next 2 weeks or so. That's not a problem. Now, I'm going to have a look at Dog 3, Dog 1C. Dog 1B, that's a problem. That is potentially a problem. Because we put money into it, but then we figured out that we've got... I shouldn't have rushed that when we were. So we need to edit this. So I'm going to have a play around with this. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to say the following to you, which is, from me, until next time, have a great one.